This story begins in a dangerous city street.
Wu Xing. You are so important to people that someone from the top offered a very good reward for your head. So, you're going to die today.
Oh no.
You killed my sister. You will pay for it with your blood. In Xing, for a person who is not in a very good position, you talk too much.
Attack!
All together. Go to hell. No. All this time, I've been using my true purpose to strengthen myself. It was an abuse. This could end badly. Sister. Unexpectedly, I, Wu Xinghe, the youngest master of ancient martial arts, will end my life like this. How sad. Strangely afraid. In Wushu. In Wushuang. Come on, please say something. In Wushuang. Sister. 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 In Wushu. In Wushuang, you're awake. And I was so worried about you. I was told that you were killed in a duel. I asked so many doctors, all of them answered as one that you will not live. Who is she? And why did she suddenly attack me so suddenly? In his ears, a duel? I don't understand anything. What? Why are my hands so small? What is this place? Exactly, sister. Sister, where is my sister? What's wrong with you in Wushuang? Don't you know your little sister? You? A young girl of about 17 or 18. Very similar in appearance to my sister. In Wushuang, are you okay? Does anything hurt? And if you think about it, I was absorbed in the dream of sea, so I should be dead by now. It's me. I became a child. What's going on? Where did this memory come from? Son in Wushuang, the child of an ordinary family from the city of Tonglin, Qin, who finds the aristocracy at the very bottom. He lives with his father and sister. He is studying at the Wudong Academy. In connection with the intrigues that revolved around the entire nobility. At the academy, he was often humiliated by noble children. Son in Wushan, are you worthy to study at our academy? You can't even stand up for yourself. Will you accept a challenge from Xian Jan? And this piece of shit will never dare. Just look at his stupid face. Son in Wushuang, die me. Thank you. The guy whose name is Xian Jan. Apparently the real scumbag. Is it possible that my soul has moved into the body of this child, the son of Wushuang? In Wushuang, what's wrong with you? Please don't scare your little sister. I'm fine. It's just that the wound is a little sore. And now I have a father. In a previous life, I grew up without parents, and if you think about it, when the son was killed, and the father had to go avenge him. Sister, where did father go? Father. Daddy's out on business. And more specifically? Oh, forget it. Better think about your health. The future of our family depends on you. You can't let anything else happen to you. The sister, let's say dishonest, and the father went to the mountains to find the Jan family. I don't know. Daddy just left without saying anything. The Jan family, and one of the most important families in the province of Lodz. Great power and a deep past. An impoverished family has a son, they don't even hold a candle to him. Sister, I'm not dead. Before it's too late, we need to catch up with my father and tell him to come back. Hey, Isn't this the head of the family's son by any chance? Why is he holding a gun? Haven't you heard? Young Master Sun was out of trouble with young Master Jan in a duel. He was the only son in the Sun family. Daddy. He must be going for revenge. Father. Silhouette? Here for some reason. Didn't I tell you to stay at home? Daddy, I finally found you. Brother, he's alive. In the ears he is alive. Wait for me. It looks like I've really been reborn. In his ears. Father Sun in Anya's ears, Sun Lianshan. It's a feeling. And I've never felt a father's love in my past life. Is this really a father's love? In his ears. This second son of the Kan family forced you to fight him? Tell your father everything. He will restore justice for you. I remember perfectly well how my son was humiliated in Ashwana. However, I don't need it. Father, let all this be in the past. We need to look ahead. The prestigious Jan family. It doesn't matter that in his ears he was afraid of them like fire. Now that I've been reborn here in the past, I hate to think that I'll have to deal with these youngsters. The only thing I want is to see everything in the province of Lodz and even in the kingdom of Boy. Look ahead. Such a loner, like in Ushwang, had to suffer at the hands of Shan Jan. It wouldn't be surprising if he wanted revenge himself. But why is my boy so calm? Father, looking ahead, it's still hard to forget all our hatred for them. However, hatred alone will not be able to help a family get out of poverty. That's him. You're right. We must look ahead. From now on, you will stop going to this stupid academy. Starting tomorrow, and I will teach you ancient martial arts. I will never believe that the martial techniques that have been left to us by inheritance will not help us reach heights in true martial arts. Our ancestors were powerful and rich. However, now our family is abandoned on the sidelines. But this does not mean that we can let others humiliate us so easily. Yes, Wu Xian, if you go back to the academy, sooner or later you will be humiliated again. It would be better to stay in Tonglin City. Father, sister. Do not rush to a decision. Home, family, sister. It's something I didn't appreciate in my previous life until I died. However, now I will do everything to keep it. If it is a dragon, then it will be able to turn rivers and seas, and if the tiger, fox and Igors are quiet, I won't let anyone mock the Price family anymore. Of course, it scares them a little. After all, a real one in Usha would never say something like that. Father, sister and I are a little tired. Then he's in the ears. First, go get some rest, and we'll discuss the rest when you get better. What kind of anger is gnawing at the Jan family in relation to the Price family, and why is my family so devastated? One of the reasons is the interests regarding the War of Nations, and the assessment of families, which is carried out every 4 years. And if the Qing in his ears dies, then the Qing family will be cut off, and this will lead the Qing family to lose its place in the evaluation of families, and therefore a place among the nobility. Without this place, everything that belonged to the Price family will be distributed among the other families. Despite the losses in the economy, the worst thing will be the loss of social status. After all, in this world, there is a wide gap between the nobility and ordinary people. This duel was definitely part of a conspiracy. And I will definitely protect my family. The news of the resurrection of the high school quickly spread through the city and reached the souls of the nobility and elders. A month later, the training layer of the Price family. After a month of recovery, finally. And I can practice. In a previous life, I was called a combat madman. This nickname is given for a reason, because before I couldn't stand a day without training. In Wushuang. Daddy asked you to come to the pavilion. Jin Buya from Wutong Academy is waiting there. Tink Bui. Why did he come? After everything that happened at the academy, he probably came to offer his condolences. Condolences? Oh no. Not that old fox. As Datsun in the years he fought with Jin, Tink Bui was just there. He watched everything from the side, admired, thereby taking the side of Sion Jin. There was a KK duel. There was a duel at the academy, at the end of which your son suddenly died. My condolences. Come on, sister, let's meet our guests. I'm Wu Xing. No, the sun is in Wushuan. Today's moment. I will start restoring my family. In his ears, like your wounds. Lobbyist Goshen. An influential person is Shoshi Hai. Jin Buya is a kind-hearted dean. In Ushlin, how is your wound? This day Bui dares to call himself a good person. When the son left, he was beaten. He ignored it, and now he's trying to look kind. I wonder why he came here. Thank you. My wounds have already fully recovered. And that will discourage a lot of people, won't it? Why does this kid behave differently? They think if he's at home. Why does this kid behave differently? He thinks if he thinks, he might dare to stand up to me. People like you wouldn't come here for no reason. Therefore, the question arises, why did you come? The head of prices, and I came here to give you some advice. You know about the assessment of families, which is held every 4 years, as well as about the situation of your family, right? What are you driving at? You must understand perfectly well what will happen to your family if you lose your place. But do you know what will happen next? I know how to get out of this situation, but I'm not sure if the head of the sun wants to hear this. Why don't you tell us, and if these good ones really help our family, then we will generously thank you. This is Mr. Shoshi Hai, the younger brother of the head of the wealthy S family. He represents the Su family and can give you one promise. If you wish to discard your place among the nobility after 4 years, then the Xiu family will be able to guarantee the safety of your family. Mr. Goshen, judging by what you say, do you think that in 4 years the son's family will definitely lose? Brother Liangshan, what is the current situation of your poor family? I think you know even more about this than I do. Over the past 20 years, a lot of ruling forces have changed in the province of Lodz. Take, for example, Mr. Niu, the owner of a herb store in Donglin City. I am sure that you will be able to keep your place, despite the fact that he is more powerful than you and has many useful connections. All this is managed by the sacred land of Genhua, and all responsible persons are appointed by His Majesty the Emperor. It doesn't matter how many connections you have, do you really think you can expand them on sacred ground as well? Brother Lenzhan, are you really so sure that His Majesty the Emperor has nothing to do to such an extent that he will bother with such a small province? Besides, the strongest survives in this world, so who cares what methods you use? So you're only here to block our way, Vernon. One way or another, you will leave your place, no matter what happens. We'll see to it. Indisputable. It is not yet known whether the son's family will be able to hold out for another 4 years at all. The son's bloodline has suffered a decline over the years, but it has not fallen so low that others can do whatever they want with it. And if you want, then come and collect everything. Try to rob me or insult me, and I'll get over it. Head of prices, I understand correctly that you would prefer to die with honor, instead of living contemptuously. My ancestors made the rules. Anyone who tries to harm the Price family. Destroy love at the cost of no exceptions. Sure, show the guests out. Great, Lian Shan. It looks like you don't want to be nice. When your family is thrown out on the street, don't be mad at me for throwing a stone at you. Judging by your tone, you didn't come here to throw stones. Oh, Your Excellency. You have come here to demonstrate to us your strength and diplomatic abilities. Yes, you're more like a dog barking at people. Or even less. Like the father, so is the son. Both are singing the same song and are not aware of their situation at the moment. Sooner or later you will regret it. Since the head of the son insists on his own, I have nothing more to say to him. Come on. Son in Ushalan. Since you are healed early, you must come to the academy. There's no one among the noble children who would not want to study at the Wudong Academy. Of course I will return to the academy. Thank you for reminding me of this, Mr. Dean. All right. Whatever happens at the academy, you have to focus on your studies. The road is long, no one knows what might happen. And I will not accompany you. Please be careful, Mr. Token. That's him. Are you really going to go back to the academy? And why not? Bui Day is a famous lyceum student in Luxian province. He invites you to the academy himself, and this does not bode well. And this trinity is not as simple as it seems, so I should go back to the academy. And this is a matter of honor. Remembering my last duel, and I understand that it was a conspiracy. Not specifically against me, but against our family. In fact, even in spite of all this, do you still want to go back to the academy? This dog Goshen dared to come to our doorstep. He thinks we're just tattered cats that you don't have to be afraid of. Yes, 100 years ago, the Sun was one of the richest families and flourished with might and main. There were only a couple of people in Lodan province who dared to raise their voices in the presence of the Price family. And I've been thinking about it a lot lately. The survival of the Sun family depends only on himself and on me. If I don't accept the challenge and just hide at home, then how can I lead our family to unprecedented heights? You are a wonderful son with great ambitions and I will let you go through with it. But you have to promise me something. When you return to the academy, you will have to endure all the difficulties and not giving them a chance to lead yourself into a trap with a new one. And father, be sure, after that incident, I perfectly understand what I should and what I shouldn't do. In Wushuan. Go ahead and do whatever you think is right. And I support you. Thank you, father. After the decision was made to return to the academy, he was not in too much of a hurry to return to the province of Lodz. Instead, he decided to extend his training at home for a whole month. In my past life, martial arts required courage, so in this life I will choose the Fist of King Kong as my main attack technique. There is one rule of cultivation in this world that is very different from the ones in mine. Then there were no boundaries of qualification for internal and external cultivation, and here one trains only with external strength in order to reach those limits of heights that strength only allows. From external to internal, we can create power within and enter the stage of cultivating inner strength. In this world, the outer stages are called the heating of the power. After passing through the outer stages, you enter the stages called true power. In my previous life, I completely rubbed a copy of cultivation and was absolutely invulnerable. Depending on these stages, probably my old personality would have been a master of true might of the 9th or higher level. And if only I could use all the experience from my past life in this one. A month later. The 7th level of power has been reached. The 7th level of the power of might. And if I continue like this, then within 3 months I will be able to break through the power levels of might and reach the truth levels of power. And I want to get back about 70 or 80% of my former strength before evaluating the families. This is more than enough to deal with the test. Of course, ideally, it is necessary to reach the peak of the 9th level of the truth of might, but this is still far away. While the family is the hope. Sister, is something wrong? My little sister is fine. What did you practice today? It's written on your face that it's not okay. Sister, tell me what's wrong. And if you consider me a brother, then don't hide anything. In Wushuan. Bean came from the farmland estate yesterday and told me something. We talked for an hour, and this morning his body was found at the front door. How could this happen? And it's all a demon. The demon that has been tormenting me for 6 years now. A demon? When I was 12. And this demon said he liked me. He kept bragging that he would pick me up in 10 years. He also scared my father by not letting me get married. And, in other words, in 10 years, he will return to Donglin City to destroy the entire Price family. And my father was afraid that because of your character you would lose your temper, so he never told you about it. Yes, what's wrong with him? And I don't know. For 6 years, all the guys who talked to me either died or went missing. And me. And I became a Death Star. 10 years. And that means there are only 4 years left. He's in Wushu, don't worry. I'm not afraid of him. If you lead our family forward, do not disappoint your father and our ancestors, then I am ready for any sacrifice. Sister, and I won't allow it. Live these 4 years without worrying. Wuxian, thank you. And I couldn't protect my sister in a previous life, so I have to in this one. Wutong Academy. And I'm coming. Is this Misha's case? Is he there? And I heard he was beaten to death. Why is he alive? Having regained his miserable life, he decided not to hide at home, but to return to the academy. Even though he's not dead, I'm afraid he's become even dumber after he was beaten up. Sudden. Xian Jin. Sudden. And this son in the years he dared to come back here? He doesn't seem to take us seriously. What a bunch of brats. Sun in Wushuan, you're back. This day buoys are really impatient. He must have an incredible array of plans. How to ruin my life at the academy. The head injury has already healed, right? Mr. Dean, broadcast from your mouth if you want to tell me something. This kid. What you did last time had negative consequences. I hope you will be more restrained in the future. And this old fox is so indifferent to good and evil that he dares to call himself kind-hearted. What? Do you think the dean is wrong? Yes, you're right. And I will have to endure all the humiliations when the noble children again deign to mock me? If they want to rob our lands, and I will have to give them all the oil production and trade. As a poor family, we have to come to this conclusion. That's right, Mr. Dean. This kid. Before that, he had become so sharp-tongued. Sun Wuxian, I understand perfectly well that at that moment, when I decided to return to the academy, I just wanted to cause problems. I'm warning you. If you interfere with us, I will put you before the law. And wasn't it you who invited me back to the academy? I don't even know. How do you want to deal with me? I'll expel you and kick you out. Mr. Dean, I understand your intentions, and I will remember your words. Exclude me? Does he really think it's incredibly fun for me to mess with these boys? This is Wuxian Sun's room. Quite simply. In Ushan, why did you come back? I remember him. This is Hun Pinjin, a fellow neighbor in Wushuang. Why did you return to Wudong Academy? Don't you know that you've become the target of Xianjun and the others? I know. If you know, why are you still here? Unjun will be bothering you all the time. Be careful. Did you come here to tell me that? Aren't you afraid that they'll start bothering you too? We grew up together in Donglin City. I can't help you, but I don't want to see you humiliated either. This time they will create a lot of problems for me. It's better not to involve the others in this. Penny. Don't come here unless it's something important. And I can handle everything alone. In his ears? What's the matter with him? He's not here. Where should we hide them? There are only a couple of ways to pull this off. Let's help him this time. Young Mr. Sayoi will help not to get this blow. Calm down. Hurry up and let's go at last. How will you hide this stuff? It won't work out for us, and if this Payson comes back? Young Master Su. As far as I remember, Sighting is the youngest son of the head of the wealthy Su family, and is also known for his humiliation at Wudong Academy. There is no one, along the poplars. Last time, Goshen was accompanied by Wuxi Hai at my house. It looks like an asshole. He's involved here too. With those. Do you like to play dirty? Alright, have it your way. Women's dormitory. Where's my bra? My panties are gone. Damn it. Where are my underwear? Catch the thief. He's prowling around somewhere among the women's bedrooms. Come on, catch the thief. Which pervert did this? Damn it. Somehow it's too humiliating. Have you heard? It's kind of called a fetish, isn't it? Li Fei, have you seen this thief? Yes, Mr. This. I was just going to the toilet when I suddenly saw someone's silhouette jumping on the walls and was sensitively scared. What did he look like? Could you see it? No, it was too dark, but I saw him running through the corridors of the bedrooms. There is a men's dormitory on the side of the corridor. In other words, the thief is out there somewhere. A thief among us? And it makes sense. Be on your guard. It's hard to defend against thieves. And I think it's really someone from the roommates. If it's still inside, it'll be even easier to find it. We can gather the guys from the neighborhood and check the bedroom one by one. So the thief will not have time to run too far, and it will not be possible to hide. Mr. Jean, and the idea is just amazing. I suggest we start with the bedrooms where there are no people and the doors are still closed. They are the most suspicious. Okay, then it's settled. Ladies and gentlemen, a moment of attention. We will investigate immediately and report any suspicious movement. There's no need to wait any longer. And I want to personally go there and check everything out. The daughter of one of the three great families, Yun Xinyan. Ms. Yun, have you been robbed too? Zayutin, don't you dare come near me. We will begin the investigation immediately. As you wish, mistress. Who dared to steal my underwear? And he got tired of life along the way. Mrs. Yoni is looking for a criminal. And if you are not to blame for anything, then calm down and go about your business. I'm sorry. Not here. And there is no. The same thing. Who lives in this room? It seems to be a child of the Price family, from an eastern city. He. And this guy laughed to lock the door. Hey, a native of the Price family. You're an asshole. Ms. Yun personally came here. And you dared not open the door. Are you hiding something? Don't you open it? Then don't blame me for being rude. What do you want from me in the middle of the night? We knocked on our door for quite a long time. Didn't you hear us? Sort of. Why do you even bother to come to me at this hour? I almost married a beauty in a dream, but then you came and ruined everything. Stop pretending to be this one. There was a robbery in the women's bedrooms, and one of the boys is to blame. And if there's nothing to hide, then join our investigation. Accept the check. Checking my room. Why on earth? Son in Wushuang, don't be a jerk. And if you refuse to check, then you are definitely hiding something. Why doesn't Ms. Yu check on you first? Maybe you're hiding something? You can check my room, but how do I know for sure that none of you just targeted me? If you want to see my room, look at all the others first. You talk too much. We have already checked many of these things. Which rooms do you want to check? And it doesn't make sense. Their owners can simply refuse. Son Gus Huang, who are you trying to drag into this? Siliatin, why don't you set an example? I think we should start with you. If Ms. Yun demands to check my room, I won't mind. You can do this at any time. And mine. Mine too. You've seen the relationships of others, Sun in Wushuang, and if you don't get out of the way, then don't blame me for being rude, and I'll let you check your room, but the city that does it is far from out of respect. I just want to know what the end of this whole story will be. Just not there. Open it. Open it. There's definitely something hiding here. Let's see. Son of Bus Huang. Are you saying you did it unintentionally? Who puts socks in a pile anyway? I told you not to open it. You checked my room, which means that the others can't be left so easily. Too much chatter. Just follow me. Whatever you say, Ms. Yun. Number 1 is the room. Its owner belongs to the authorities of the Laotian country, Dai Senyu, the genius of the Dai family. Ms. Yun, why haven't you checked this room yet? Why did you miss it? Is it possible that our Lady Yun is just checking out those who are weaker than her? Su, Jiang, you've been quiet for a while. Is something wrong? Sun Wushuang, as for me, you just don't deserve such an honor. Yes, you were just scared. Young Mr. Daixiang doesn't even live here. You should have seen your faces. Hey, who lives here? It feels like some kind of flavor. Is it possible that this room is one of the girls? And this is my bedroom. And I'm innocent. You insult me with your words. Be careful, and I can sue you for slander in the direction of Nat. Guilty or not, we still have to check. Just in case. Or are we not allowed to check here? Ms. Yun, it seems we have a suspect. Sun Wuxuan, you are achieving something with your speeches. Ms. Yun, you both come from well-to-do families, and if you don't personally check his room, I'm afraid I won't be able to help you anymore. Ms. Yun, and if you want to check out the bedroom, it's at your disposal. And I, Zuoden, am not afraid of anything. Don't get too hopeful. Wait until we check your aromas. Then let's get started. I have no reason not to check this room. This. What? My underwear. What an animal you are. Enjoy your torment, Set-tin. Set-tin. No, I'm not. News that Set-tin was stealing underwear quickly spread across the country. The leadership of the academy was shocked. They had to calm the anger of the girls, as well as restore the honest name of Zuoden and their academy. The finger. And a pervert. Young master. I am afraid to imagine who is behind this terrible incident. Who dared to go against this family? For now, let's be quiet and not really arise anywhere. After our thorough investigation, we discovered that Shui Tin was practicing martial arts with other students at the same time as the incident occurred, which means he has a strong alibi. Steen would never have dared to commit such a heinous act. Someone else is to blame for this. Exactly. Everything and all this time was with us, which means he could not have done this in any way. Sitten is from a rich family. He wouldn't dare to do that. The young master really doesn't look like someone who can do such a thing. And it was built by someone from poor families. By the way, our gentleman likes elephant panties, so he couldn't steal a teddy bear panties. Sun and Wuxuan, sooner or later you will get from me. It is very convenient to have a high status. You can always get away with it. In this world, if you're not strong enough or you don't have the support of influential families, then I'm afraid you'll live like a lousy dog. A world in which a strict hierarchy is built with the clearest boundaries. Whether it's a thing or a person, everything here is part of this hierarchy. Moreover, strength is highly valued and rewarded here, and almost all people are proficient in martial arts. All authority is built around how strong you are. The power is divided into clear boundaries at different levels. And different levels, different privileges. The only way to enjoy everything at once is to reach the top, by his own power. At this stage, the Qing family is on the very edge, the abyss of the hierarchical ladder. Only thanks to the fact that the academy opens its gates to all students, in the years he was able to study in peace. The 9th level of strength of power has been reached. I was finally able to reach the 9th level, so much power. Now I can use my special techniques from my past life. There are so many of them, what to choose? And this is the easiest technique of all, the secret Yin technique. It's better to practice something more aggressive. Mind cleansing technique for cleansing the body and mind. The classic of Daoism is a true Kung Fu zero phase. Absorption of other people's internal energy. The book of the ancient Kung Fu of the North. Oh, the technique of true hell. In my previous life, I practiced it a lot. Then let's start with what I'm most familiar with. Aspiration is an impulse and it is dominance. The breath of the hot sun, the moon and the river, is as strong as a Vajra, and I strive for mastery over myself. Introduction of the technique of true hell. And if I manage to reach the 2nd level of this technique, and I can deal with any martial artist of the 2nd level of true power. Brother in Wuxuan, trouble. They grabbed Brother Pinnan. What? I remember this kid. This is Fan Xiaojun, Hong Pingan's cousin. It's all Sean Chance with the rest. Sean Jan, you again. I'll settle the accounts with you today. Where did they take Pennine? And I'm going there. On a hill in a bamboo forest. Do you think the son in the years he dares to show up here? The last time in Ushan was beaten like a yard dog, and he does not have the courage to come. Hoppy Nin, don't take offense at us. Blame your buddy Qing Bushuang for only worrying about himself. Bastard. Well, let's see how strong you are. You want it so badly. Yes? Isn't that right? Stand still. Wow, he really came. Aren't you afraid of getting beaten up again? You know, I think he's practicing some kind of secret martial art being beaten up. In fact, in his ears, apparently this is your favorite technique. Hey, you guys are terrible. I'll bet 10 ta or silver that this time the sun in the ears he will die. Xian Zhan had been waiting so long for an opportunity to carry out his plan. This Hoppy Nin is a lucky guy. He will be buried alive together with Wuxuan. Sudden. And this kid really came. I'm the one you need. Let him go. And since you've come, don't be afraid. We won't do him much more harm. Are you okay? Yes. You're leaving. And they only need me. I'm not going anywhere. And I will prove to these runts that we are also worth a lot. After all, we are students of the Eastern Academy. And I'm not afraid of you. Students of the Eastern Academy. Son, I knocked you half to death last time. Do you want it again? Go ahead and I'll teach you a lesson. That's it, Unjun. Are you sure you want to settle old scores? After everything that happened at the academy, you dared to get in my way, you poor fool. A fight. Xian Zhan, teach him a lesson. Beat him to death this time. I've been waiting for months for the moment when I could avenge Stina. And now I have a chance to try out my new fighting techniques. Sir, you will have the honor to be our judge. Well, I guess you'll fight based on your old grudges. So this time I will be your judge. Mr. This. It's pretty funny being a judge for your servant, don't you think? I don't know if someone has lived to see today, but today you will definitely die. I heard Sun Guxuan and Xian Zhan had a duel in the bamboo forest. Oh, another duel? He had only recently been beaten half to death, and now again. Yes, this one has steel balls in Wuxuan. Let's go take a look. So, the duel. Yes, the fight will begin. With Jan, beat him up. Beat him to death. In Wuxuan, Sun in Wuxuan. You won't get off that easy this time, and I'll kill you. You can try it. Suck it. Oh, my god, he can't even move from fear. Missed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Impossible. He's moving too fast. He was quite tough last time, but his movements were slow. You're just dodging. Coward. Exactly. What is the point of these evasions? The loser can't even meet the opponent's blow face to face. And if you're such a sucker, then give up now. Don't embarrass yourself. Well, what can I do? And if you're so slow? Let's see how long you have enough. Try my new technique. The aura of Xian Zhan. Look at that. Shan Jan has the 3rd level of martial arts strength. He is up to the level of young Mr. Zudanoi. And if his blow reaches the target, then he is definitely not a tenant in the ears. A fist. The crushing wind. You're not that fast. A blow. He hit him. Got it. That's him. That's it. Him. Is he okay? Didn't even budge. And I am already at the 1st level of true power. Do you really think that you can do something, being only in the 3rd martial arts? Xian Zhan, you're the only one who's going to die. Xian. Xian Zhan is out. He died from a single blow. How could such a kid from a family of simpletons defeat a man from the elite? Brother in Wuxuan. No, it's impossible. It's only been a couple of months. How did he grow up so fast? Brother in the ear, it was awesome. Yes, you killed him with just one punch. What is this technique? I'll teach it to you sometime. Now let's hurry away. By the way, Mr. Say, thank you very much for being a judge. Sun in Wuxuan. Report everything to Dean and the government. Wuxuang's son killed a member of the Ken clan in a one-on-one battle. Everyone, get out. Father, what's going on? Who comes to us? The Nei family who owned the herb shop dared to send us someone with an offer based on their relationship with the Su family. Swear, don't worry. Daddy will never give you a daughter-in-law to these scum. Father, I'm not afraid of anything as long as you and Ushin are around. I wonder how things are going at the academy in Ushin. Brother Wuxuan, we have to run. Go back to the eastern city. There's no need for that. The battle was fair. Everyone saw it. And if we escape, we may be accused of being the first to start the fight. That's the whole catch. It's all right. Let's look at their further actions. And from now on, stay away from me. So you will not be accused of anything. You overcame all this just to save me. And there's no way I'm leaving my hero. We're your friends. So let's deal with it together. Then stay. Tink should be here any minute. Sun in Wuxuan, I warn you. Without committing rash acts, you arrange a one-on-one fight and kill your rivals. All the evidence is against you. Somebody bring him here. Boyadina 1. The dean doesn't think everyone is blind. And it's a fair duel. There were many witnesses, and Mr. Su acted as a judge. Dean, it's clearly not like that. This is Wu Xian's revenge, based on hatred of Xianzwen. If you don't believe me, ask someone from the crowd. Let's see if someone can go against the family by force. Me. I came in late. I didn't see anything. And me. I'm generally deaf. I didn't see anything either. I haven't seen it, and so am I. Sun in Ushawan, you heard everything. No one can justify themselves. Sir, I can. It was a fair fight. I confirm. You three are from the eastern city. Who knows, maybe you're just covering for each other. Your words mean nothing. Where is my son's killer? The head of the Jan Maojin family. The eldest son is me at Jan. Come out, kid. I demand a fight with you in order to avenge my brother. Elder Jan, are you here? Dean Xian, why don't you just arrest him? Sir, the evidence is on the face. File an arrest warrant. Sun in Wuxuan. No one can prove their innocence. Take him. Cool, awesome. It's just great that there aren't any students from Leo Diana here. In general, who dared to tell the truth at least sometime. Well, so am I, Sun, in Ushian. Bit through you. Stop talking nonsense. Grab him quickly. Wait a minute. Yes, with Jan. Si Tin. So that's how you use the duties of a judge. Yes, since Jan. Where is he from here? It's getting more interesting. Even a member of the Dashi family showed up. Yeah, and it looks like he's not very happy with Sveten. Mr. Dashi, do you have something to say? It bothers me a little that other countries have an edematous reason to laugh at ours. There is not a single decent person. Mr. Boy, and I will be his witness. The son of Bus Huang and Xiongzhan staged a fair battle. And yes, S. Yuden was there as a judge. My words are just the proof you need. And if anyone wants to challenge them, let them come forward and discuss it with me. Mr. Dashi, this. Did you really see everything with your own eyes? Yes, young Mr. Dashi. And this gentleman is responsible for the death of my son. Please, let justice overtake him. When have you ever seen someone from the Dashi family not keep their word? Mr. Dean, you heard him, didn't you? Young Master Dashi said it was a fair fight. Yes, and what to do with those who have done the proof? Say something. And this case requires a thorough investigation. However, Qing Wushang often causes problems for others. Even if it was a fair fight, he is still responsible for disturbing the harmony of our academy. And I warned you. You just want to kick me out. Am I right? Do you think I don't have enough strength? You're so sure I want to stay in this shitty place. And I stayed for a couple of months just to wait for the right moment. The moment when that poor idiot Xian Zhan comes for his death. You. And I'm not going to stay in this academy for a minute longer. We are also leaving you. We're leaving. I look forward to seeing you take my martial arts exam in 3.5 years. Tink buoys. Well, there must be a limit to your greed. The sacred land of Zhenwu will obviously send its people to take the exam. After all, the esteemed dean is just a servant of the aristocrats. Will you be able to influence the exam in any way? What gives you such a right? Son Wushuang, you killed my son and you think you can get out of here so easily? And it was a fair fight. God himself decided who should live and who should die. Is Elder Can going to publicly kill me? Mao Jan, the head of the Jan family, definitely has the true power of the second rank. I can't beat him yet. In any case, he will not be able to openly break the law. Son of Wushuan. Let's see how much you can stand with your pride. Listen up. Everything that happened today happened because of your negligence towards my family. Mountains never meet, unlike us. Wait for me in 3 years, motherfuckers. Son Wushuan, I will make you pay. Elder Jan, be careful. The Sun family is now under the protection of Dashi. And the assessment of the family will happen in 3 years. So yes, then the Sun's family will definitely be destroyed. The next day, Dasha's family. The elder of the Dashi Hank family. And this Sun Shan is not so simple. Sun Shan is from the class of the poor and interesting. He waited long and carefully for the moment to strike back at the end. Apparently, if the other families try to rob a family in Wushu, they will only find themselves in trouble. For some reason, the case of Xianjin's death happened only because of disputes between martial arts students. I don't think it will really change the situation in general. If you hadn't come there as a witness, then of course everything would have been much easier. However, it happened, so things have changed. Right now, the Seal family is somewhat wary because of the possibility that the Sun family may have some close ties with ours. Should we prove our innocence to them, and distance ourselves from the Qing family? No, besides, there's no need for us to be nice to these aristocrats like the Jan family. In general, this is Wushuang's son, a rather brave, resourceful young man, so he should have a good relationship with his family. Father. And there is news about the older brother. Your brother. He won't be able to help himself at the moment. But don't worry about him. He's already big, so he'll come to his senses soon. Brother. In his ears. Will we be able to get home safely? And they won't ambush them halfway. Everything will be fine. Don't worry. Bro, why are you so sure about this? I'll say just 3 words. Dear Dasha family. The news that he had defeated members of a famous family in his ears, dropped out of the academy, quickly spread under the line, silhouette. In the ears, he must have almost arrived. Let's go meet him. Of course, this time in the ears, he was able to take revenge on Unjun and win glory for our family. Oh, Mrs. Schwer found out we were here and came out to greet us. Little Fine, go and talk to Mrs. Schwer. Yes. The seller of the dexterity of medical herbs is not a Yudai. The eldest son is not Yufan. Any questions for us? Elder son, don't worry. It's just that father and son came here to make a marriage proposal, as well as to discuss the possibility of cooperation with you. Cooperation? What kind of cooperation? To Wushuang? Sister, father, young master son is back. I heard you beat a member of a famous family. Please accept my congratulations. This kid did it anyway with someone's help. Mr. Niu, you're late. Mr. Su has already retracted his words about destroying my family and protecting me after the attack. Oh, are you so sure of that? And I'm pretty close with Mr. Sei. As soon as Elder Qing obediently gives up his seat and accepts the marriage proposal. And I'm not hers. I'll take care of your safety. Mr. Neo, go back to where you came from. We will wait for Mr. All to take something against us. The elder of the order. Now your family is run by a youngster. Yes, his words are my words. Mr. Neo, please go away. Listen, kid, and if you don't let me marry your sister today, then you'll beg me to marry her later. But know this, and I will not accept your offer. Baby her, and if you want, you can marry our cows. A family that does not distinguish between good and bad. Well, let's see how you disappear. Beautiful, well done. And I was counting on you to be ashamed of me, father. Victory over a member of a famous family, already worthy of respect. How can a father sit down like that? Unjun's death is just the beginning. It will only get tougher from now on. But these rich people will not leave this incident in the country. Father. This. Too confusing. Looks like he's overtrained. My father's abilities are not that good, so if he is in a big hurry with training, sooner or later he will die because of his inner energy, just like me in my previous life. It's okay, it's just a bug in my mouth. You coughed up blood and say that everything is fine and I will call a doctor right now. No need, I know how to help him. You know. Father, how are you feeling? The meridians in my body have become much softer. Father, you went overboard with training, which is why your inner strength was not purified in time, so as a result, it caused a disorder and absorption of your meridians. And I used silver needles to draw the chaotic energy out of your body. Well done, but where did you learn this? After so many years of studying at the academy, I didn't learn much, but I read a lot of literature on medicine. That's what happened in the end. Silver needles direct internal energy. One way or another, they will be able to relieve symptoms, but not completely cure a person. Therefore, the more you train, the worse you get. To heal, you must read the masterpiece of the Shaili school, the Book of Tendon Changes, clean your brain with your back and completely cut your hair. And my father, when I was at the academy, took a book from the library and did not quite understand it. Please take a look. That's him. You definitely picked this up at the academy. Well, Idiot Day Fight still didn't understand her. And I thought there might be some pretty useful exercises there, so I took it with me. I don't even know if you will believe this story. And now it has been around for a couple of centuries, so it's not surprising that you can find such books there. Perhaps, without this, the academy would not have become what it is now. What is written in this book? There's a pretty serious collection of techniques here. Yes, it was precisely such techniques that our family lacked. As I read earlier, in order to be reborn, it is necessary to break down and rebel, clean the spinal cord and cut all the hair. It's risky. That's him. All strong people who have reached heights in martial arts, one way or another took risks. Take this. And I'm sure it will be useful to you in the future. And it won't be soon. I can't use it right now, but you can. Try it. Maybe this will help you heal. Well, let me be the first to investigate these instructions. When you reach a certain level, and I will teach you this. Silhouette, I'm leaving the house to you, and I'll concentrate on training. With these instructions, there is hope to reach the strength of the second rank before evaluating families. With the help of the Book of Tendon Changes, you can not only heal your meridians, but also transform them, as a result of which the result of training will become better. In 3 years, the father has every chance to reach the true power of the 4th level. Son of Wuxuan, and I wish your whole family to know this grief. Elder Jan, and I understand your feelings, however, we must wait for the mixture. In the end, the family tried to grab instead of the prices, and my son was involved in their feud. The Qing family is to blame for everything. Mr. Xiushi Hai, don't worry. I understand everything. Damn Price family. So be it. I'll let you live a little longer.